It's funny though, because you called Drake out for cultural appropriation way before Kendrick did.
I did. I definitely did. If my whole city would have supported what I was on back then, we would have got the same reaction that Kendrick Lamar in California did. Like what you just said that it wouldn't be no
Drake without Houston.
It wouldn't be no Drake without Houston. Still to this day, why did Drake not have no bunch of records with Houston artists? You didn't doing that with Atlanta. In every other city, it's a long list. California, it's a long list of artists from the Bay all the way to LA. They got Drake's songs with Drake. So how did Drake love Houston so much at that time and not have music with artists that you are uplifting from this community? Travis Scott is the only rapper that still got a song with Drake. Travis Scott, again, what I just said earlier, it makes sense. It's an equal trade. It's not necessarily like, oh, bro, I'm helping Houston and changing your life and changing your career. It's about fair exchange in business. If you are using the lineage and the culture of somebody's city or somebody's hometown and backyard, do something that helps not yourself and your more of your notoriety for your own benefit with the ladies and the people in the city. Do something that actually makes the economy of that city and music and musicians bigger and greater. No disrespect to Bun B, he's from Port Arthur. He's not from Houston. A lot of people try to say, "Oh, well, Drake made a song Bun B." Bun B not from Houston. No disrespect to him.
Sauce Walka is the latest person to go at Drizzy Drake. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Alize. Don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, Sauce Walka was on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne and all the rest, and he was speaking about Drake. But these days when somebody is speaking about Drake, it's always in a disparaging way. They're always complaining. It's always something negative. And obviously that is since Drake lost probably the biggest, but not probably, definitely the biggest hip-hop battle of the generation. Not Like Us is still banging on every social media platform and in the club. But basically Sauce Walka is saying because Drake reps that Houston, Texas, because of his links to Jay Prince and all them, that he should be bringing out Houston artists. He doesn't support them. He just basically rides the wave and the benefits of the support from Houston, but doesn't help any of the younger acts, new artists and current artists. Now he even went on to say that the only artist he works with is Travis Scott and Bun B, and Bun B isn't even from Texas. I ain't gonna lie, I did not know him and Pimp C always repping Houston, Texas. And Bun B actually got upset that Walka even brought him up in the interview, even responded in a post. He said this: born in Houston, Northwood Manor, moved to Westside, PA in 6th grade, none taken. As in, no offense taken, but he just felt like he had to straighten the facts. But apparently, Sauce Walka wasn't lying, because as much as Bun B was born in Houston, he actually grew up outside of Houston, which is just outside apparently. But Slim Thug also took exception to what Sauce Walka was saying. But at the end of the day, Drake is Canadian. As much as he's got ties with Houston, he's not obligated to help anybody from that city. I do believe it is strange that he hasn't though, because naturally when you're shouting out a city so much, you would think you would reach out to local acts, and you would think Jay Prince has got some local acts that he's got ties with that he would want Drake to work with. But Drake is going to work with who he's going to work with. You have to understand, he was on Young Money, Cash Money, so he had to work with those artists. Then obviously he was working with artists that would help elevate his career as well. But I'm sure there must be other Houston artists Drake must have worked with. Come on now, people I'm sure will know of a few. But it is a good question. Should Drake have reached back, or should he currently reach back and work with artists from the city? He has been on for a long time, Drake, so the fact that he hasn't got like 4 or 5 artists from the city of Houston that he's helped and featured on or let jump on his album is kind of interesting, I must say.
And I think that that's what the issue was. Like, people just don't automatically include Port Arthur rappers into Houston conversations. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's what Sauce was saying. Like, Sauce was trying to say that Bun is not from Houston, he from Port Arthur. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't included when we say Houston rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Slim Thug reacts to the information that Bun B isn't strictly from Houston. So yes, if you're unfamiliar, I'll fill you in. Sauce Walka was on the Breakfast Club and he was speaking about how Drake does not support Houston artist has never done, even though Houston is like Drake's second home after Canada. And while Sauce Walka was talking, he mentioned that Bun B is not strictly from Houston. He's from Port Arthur. Now this was a big surprise for a lot of people in hip hop, because obviously we know UGK, Bun B, Pimp C, they've been repping Houston in their music for time. But one person who was very surprised was Slim Thug. He never knew, and he's been talking. Check it out.
Bro, 6th grade is wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? If Bun say, man, I was born in the manor and we left 6 months later, all right, Bun, you a PA. Living to the 6th grade is diabolical, kid. Come on, you could have mentioned this to me one time, kid. You could have told me one time, hey, man, I used to live out. We shot, I ain't heard of that in Northwood Manor Park. My first album. He could have, while I had him on there with Skateboard P out there with me, we had Hype Week, the best video ever. I ain't mentioned, hey, I used to live down the street from here. Damn! They let me fight out by myself all these years, man. This is crazy. This is diabolical. Ain't that what the youngsters say? And I think that that's what the issue was. Like, people just don't automatically include Port Arthur rappers into Houston conversations. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's what Sauce was saying. Like, Sauce was trying to say that Bun is not from Houston, he's from Port Arthur. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't included when we say Houston rappers. You know what I'm saying? It's all Texas at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, I include Bun and Pimpton and Port Arthur. It ain't too far. You know, it's right down the street. That's pretty much what it is. Like, I'm going to say, I never knew that Bun was, ever lived on the north side. I'm so happy to hear that now. It helps me with my south side arguments so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with UGK, Big Slim, Chameleonaire, Pow Wow, Mike Jones, J-Dog, we got y'all now, kid. It's over. The fight is over. If Bun B stayed on the north side in Northwood Manor until the 6th grade, is he a Houston rapper or is he a Port Arthur rapper? Which one y'all count? What y'all say? He from Houston? Because is he from Houston or Port Arthur? I don't care where he from.
It's good.
Like, I wouldn't hate
It's
on
some rap
Bun
shit to
either
me,
way.
like,
I don't
you
give
know
a
how people
damn. Let's even say this. How long has he lived in Houston since he's been Bun B? We could have been represented. UGK from the North is diabolical, man. UGK from the North is diabolical, man. Come on, OG Run, see? What we could have did with this information, man. Yeah, I would have saved so many arguments at school.
Yeah, fam. Slim Thug, I ain't gonna lie, Slim Thug was funny there. He never knew one of his big idols in hip hop was not from Houston, Texas. Still from Texas, and then, he said Port Arthur is not far from Houston. So it's all kind of relative anyway, but strictly he's not a full-on Houston native. But he said he doesn't care where Bun B is from because Bun B is Bun B. It was funny though when he said there would have been a lot of arguments at school days, just the fact that Bun B's from Houston or not from Houston. But this isn't the first time in hip hop we've had this kind of debate. I remember like Prodigy from Mobb Deep, he reps Queens and Queensbridge, but he did not strictly grow up in Queensbridge. Same thing with like Corrupt, he's from like Philadelphia, but a lot of people don't realize, they feel like he's from the West Coast because he's obviously was on death row. Tupac grew up on the East Coast in New York and Baltimore, but most people think of him as a West Coast rapper too. There's even some people that say Dr. Dre didn't actually live in Compton. He's not actually from there. He's from just outside of Compton. It doesn't really matter in hip hop. Wherever you make your name, wherever you've been repping for the longest, people just accept you. I know this bit of information coming to light for a lot of people won't affect Bun B's legacy. But that's what Slim Thug had to say about Bun B not strictly being from Houston, or the debate of whether he's from Houston or not. Sauce Walka speaks on the reaction he received after his Breakfast Club interview. So yeah, Sauce Walka made a few waves this week when he appeared on the Breakfast Club and spoke about Drizzy Drake, saying that since he reps Houston, Texas so much, it's pretty much his home in America. he should have done more for the artists in the city, saying that he's collaborated with people from Atlanta, from the West Coast, from the East Coast, but never from Houston, saying that Travis Scott is the only artist he's actually collaborated with. Now, of course, a lot of people have reacted to this, and the one that really hit his radar was Slim Thug. And like I said, Source Walker has reacted to all of it. Check out the clip.
We're gonna keep it real short and sweet. We not gonna let you blog sites out here try to put out this false narrative and image like Slim Thug is talking about me or anything. He wasn't even talking about me. The Slim Thug was talking about y'all need to stop putting slander on Jay Prince's name and respect what Jay Prince have done for the city of Houston and the history and the culture and all that. You wasn't saying nothing about me, period. You know what I'm saying? What bro said about me and my situation was that with how he feels, you know what I'm saying, what gave them the pass and made he feel like bro didn't have to do music with people in their age group or whatever because of whatever. And I expect bro to feel like that because you got a song with Beyonce. Don't look at that got a song with Beyonce, give it by month or no song with no Drake or nobody or no. You got a song with Beyonce, I wouldn't give a but it's not about me or you, it's about the city of Houston, you know what I'm saying, and just helping the city grow, because I don't go doing a song with me either. I about working with the city and other young up-and-coming artists and artists that's doing great things and making big waves, and you know what I'm saying, sharing, we love the city so much, just sharing and helping the city grow with the resources that people have. But at the end of the day, I have no personal beef or personal nothing with Drake, you know what I'm saying. I really wish I stopped asking me about bro. Stop asking me about this, bro, with no disrespect to bro, y'all bloggers or whatever the you know what I'm saying? Hey man, so why y'all don't never put on the internet all the time that I said that Drake is a great artist and he a legend in his own right, and that ain't scary, and when we've had conversation or just past, he never ran away or shied away from the conversations or none of that, you know what I'm saying? He defend for himself as an artist rap. Why y'all niggas never say? Y'all just want to post this where I'm just speaking on what happened, on the history. You ask me, don't ask me this. Ask me, I was just speaking on the history of life like sports. I don't give a flying, bro. I'm in the Cybertron. I'm in the Cyber truck getting big bucks on my way to the gym to go punch on the bag. I'm buying every car, every house, every chain. I'm living great, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I do care about my city. Now, y'all want me to stop fighting for you, y'all country. Want to fight for y'allself, then I will. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to fight for us. I'm not going to be steady for stressing and fighting for y'all, for no city to have respect on y'allself as music and y'all history of music and how people should respect the fellowship of us as Texas artists. If y'all not finna do it, who cares? I don't give a I'm gonna still ball in every mall until I mother ball. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yeah, fam. So immediately he wanted to clear up the rumors that Slim Thug was going at him, saying that Slim Thug wasn't dissing him, he was just disagreeing with what he said about Drake not working with other Houston artists. Then he cleared up that he wasn't disrespecting Jay Prince, and he was just trying to stick up for artists in the city, trying to support his own. But finally he said that he has no beef with Drake, no issues with him. He even said it was the media's fault for asking him the question, and they don't highlight when he says nice stuff about Drake, just the bad. But I don't know, Source Walker, when you were speaking about Drake, it sounded like you had some real issue. Like you could have said, all this stuff about Drake in the interview and then cleaned it up and said some positive things, but you clearly just wanted to talk about the negative. It kind of sounds like somebody got into Source Walker's ear and told him to clear up all this negativity about Drake, because his whole energy when he's speaking about it here was a lot different from how he was on the Breakfast Club. It's almost like he wanted to make it clear, yo, I got no problems with Drizzy Drake. Maybe someone from Jay Prince's side told him, hey, how about you clean up this mess? Go make a video. Say we got no problems, so we don't have no problems. I joke. Yeah, but maybe it looks like someone got into his ear. But that's what Source Walker had to say. He has no problems with Slim Thug, no problems with Drake, no problems with Jay Prince, and he meant no harm but just to support his fellow artists from Houston. But I want to know what you think. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It really does help the channel. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.